Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bharat. How are you?
Yeah, fine, Vijay. How are you?
Yeah, doing good. So, any questions, any doubts as of now, whatever that we discussed?
No, Vijay, up to no.
Okay, you guys are practicing, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Let's wait for a few minutes, then we can start.
Okay, Vijay.
Okay, fine. Let's start the session. Let me share my screen. So, in the last class, we have discussed about how to optimize in the WordPress.
Yes, Vijay.
Let me just log in quickly. Fine. So basically, for any website, before we do anything, the first thing which we need to do is audit. Okay, so SEO audit is what we do. Audit means identifying what are the different issues which are there from all the directions. Okay, and I told last time whatever the factors which contributes, what are the different factors, 200 plus factors Google sees to, you know, identify which page it needs to rank or it want to rank. Now those 200 factors, let's say they are divided into on page, off page, technical, like that. Now let us discuss quickly what are the different factors are there. Okay, now let us discuss quickly what are the different factors which are contributing to each of them. One is, so we are going to see whatever the important factors, okay, rather than all of the things. What are the important factors which contributes? So this is a on-page factors. Okay, on-page factors means on-page factors means which I told earlier, which are on the website. Okay, on the website, what are the different factors? One is the page titles. So I explained earlier. When I go to the if you go to the posts or pages. Okay, you can go to the any posts or pages. Suppose if I just edit any post, now you can see this is the meta title. Okay, this is we call as a SEO title or meta title we call it. Similarly, it is a meta description. So what are these titles and descriptions are there, and is this included the keyword? So is what page title. Okay, page title or SEO title or meta title, it's same. Similarly, headers, or heading. So heading means we discuss like H1, H2, H3. These are like headers. So this is the primary heading H1, which is called H1, which is the main heading. Is this contains our keyword? And then whatever the H2 subheadings are there, are these optimized or not? Okay, means is it contains our keyword or not? And not only we just need to, we should not just put the keyword just for the purpose of putting the keyword. So we need to make sure that is a natural. Okay, natural means it should come organically. Understand? And then the description, which I already told, meta description, it is same. Image alt text, this is also I explained in the last. So suppose if you upload any image, so this image consists of alt text and the title. So is this alt text and title, is it contain the keyword or is it talking about the image? So that is also important. And then structured markup. Structured markup is something slightly technical. Okay, suppose what is structured markup? Suppose if you search let's say best restaurant in Hyderabad. Now you can see these are the local listings which comes from the maps, that is fine. But if you come down or go down, you can see there are different results. Okay, you can see the videos from which is taken from the YouTube, and you can see some there must be other ones also. Let me do one thing, let me change it. Maybe chicken tikka recipe. So I searched chicken tikka recipe. Now you can see these are the videos from YouTube. If I come down, so see it is showing the reviews. Okay, how many reviews this recipe has, and it is also showing the preparation time. So it takes 35 minutes to prepare, and it also showing and this is not ad. Okay, this is not a paid ad. You can see there is no sponsored here. Okay, this is organic only. So it is also giving some of the other links also from the website. It is also giving the time. Okay, it is also giving the people also asked. Okay, if you click on any question, you can see the answer. And you can see this is a recipes. Okay, there is a separate recipes, it is giving, and it is also giving short videos. So the top ones are long videos and below it is showing short videos. Are you getting it? How many types of different results you can able to see in the Google search, and you can't see all of these results for every every keyword. So previously when I searched best restaurant Hyderabad, we can't see all of those results. Okay, we can only see the only maybe the videos, and that's it. So similarly, if I search let's say maybe any company name, suppose if I search Infosys, now you can see Infosys. From Infosys in addition to main link, it is also showing careers, about us, investors. So all of these things it is showing. So why it is showing similarly if you come to the right side, it is also showing the some summary. It is also displayed in Telugu. It is also showing who are the founders, who is the CEO, headquarters, and foundation date, and all of these things it is showing for Infosys. And it will not show for some random company. Okay, it may show. Okay, if they optimize it, it will show. But why for some keywords some things are coming and some keywords some are not coming? It is
I think they
because
optimized it in that way.
yeah, the optimized obviously without optimizing they will not show only. But in that optimization there is something called structured data. Okay, structured data we can also call as a schema markup. Okay, either schema markup or structured data. Okay, anything we can call it as. So what is structured data? Structured data is like a language. Okay, it is there is something called JSON. We know, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So those are all different languages. Okay, web languages. So similarly, JSON-LD. Okay, JSON-LD. So this is another language. Okay, in which all of this. So it is a JavaScript object notation for linked data. This is a full form. So what is this? Basically, this is the language which will be used by Google or any other search engines to capture the information. Okay, but suppose compared to normal HTML or other languages, JSON-LD is a language which all of these search engines use to capture the information from the web pages. Okay, so this will be the language which is easy to understand for the Google. Now schema is there is a website called schema.org. So this is the website which talk about complete schema. So what are the different additional information we can give for any suppose let's say if you are optimizing for any organization. Okay, you can click on organization, and then what type of organization, you can see all of this data you can do for any organization. You can do accepted payment method, you can do address, you can do rating, you can do area served, what are the awards, what is the brand name, what is the company registration certificate. So you can see for any brand, for any organization, email, employee, ethics policy, founder, all of these things you can do for a any organization. You can see there are maybe some 100, 200, 300 plus different parameters are there. Suppose if you are looking for any specific organization, suppose if your organization is let's say political party. Now for a political party, these are all the things which you can do. Okay, these are all specific to political party. Obviously there are many things which are common, but here these are specific to political party which we can give all these details. So then what happens, Google will capture this information if we give all this thing, and this is all need to give in a code format. Okay, this is we can't just put it like a normally. So we need to insert this code. Okay, that code is JSON-LD. So how can we create we can create, suppose if you learn JSON-LD code, then you can create yourself, but there is something called Schema Markup Generators also. So there are many tools are out there to create. So using these tools you can't create a perfect schema. Okay, means it's not nowadays you can use Claude and ChatGPT also to generate a schema. Okay, but earlier manually this is how we need to do. Suppose if you have some article, okay, you written some blog article, now you want to write a schema for your article. So this is the article see, this is the code. On the right side you can see this is the code, okay, for which we need to fill all these details. This is a default code. Now when we fill the details on the left side, this right side automatically fills, okay, on its own. Then after that we just need to copy this code and put it in our blog. Okay, so what is the suppose article type, it is asking which type of article we have. Suppose a news article or a piece of investigative report. Second one is a news article is an article whose content reports news or provide basic. So you can select anything which you think, okay, or a blog post. Let's say if I select blog post, and what is a URL. Okay, once you publish your blog post, you will get a URL, right? Page URL. So you need to keep that URL here. Let's say sorry. let's assume this is my URL. Okay, let's assume this is my blog URL. I'll just give it here. Okay, right now this is a home page, but just you can keep any blog URL. And after that you need to write what is the heading. Okay, what is the heading of this article. After that you need to give the image URL. Okay, for the blog obviously you will put some image, right? So you need to give that image URL. So how can you get the image URL? So but this is the image you want to get the URL. You just right click this image and copy image address. So once I copy it, I can just come here and I can paste it. So this is the image URL. Okay, so even if I open this image in the new tab, you can see this is how the image URL comes. And after that, like that, you need to fill all the details. Suppose if you have multiple images, you can add multiple images. So finally you need to write, is this a author, a person, or an organization? So author means who write the article. Is it some person or any company? So if you write person, then you need to give the person name, and you need to give his URL. So author also should have the page. Okay, generally. So you can give the author URL. So maybe sometimes the author is different, means who people who write the article, they are different. People who publish the article, they are different. So you can write publisher logo URL, and date published, when this article is published, and date modified. Sometimes let's say I published an article 6 months back, but now I found some new information and I update the article. So at that time you can give the date modified. So once you give all these details now, then you can see on the right side it has generated a schema. What you need to do, you just need to copy this, so let me refresh. So this is how your schema comes. You just need to click on it. So once you click on it, you can paste anywhere. Okay, generally you need to put it that on the HTML. Okay, you need to go to the backend and put your code there. So this is the code, which you need to keep inside the head section of your website. So once you do that, what happens then? Now whenever some Google bot or any bot comes to this blog, it will capture this information. So and it will try to display, and it's not necessary. Just because you do, it's not mandatory that Google will show all of these details. It's just you are optimizing. Is this clear?
Yeah, like once we write the schema and we post in the backend,
Yes.
then every time if we want to change, we need to change the code or else what?
Yeah, means see, generally article every time you don't change, right? Whenever you
Yes.
publish, maybe whenever maybe once or twice later if change, okay, then obviously you need to update here. But most of the
Okay.
things which you do in the article in the schema, they don't change, because here you don't give the
Yes,
content,
yes.
right? You just
Yeah.
give the details. So most of the times it is same.
Okay, once like maybe once or twice we will write the schema, that's it.
Yeah, means at the time of publishing only
Yes.
mostly you will do. Okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
suppose similarly you can see these are all different types of schema. There is a event schema, especially maybe you have published a page related to a event. There is a FAQ page, FAQ schema. So if you have a frequently asked questions in your page, so then you can write a FAQ schema. So if I select FAQ schema, then you need to give all the question and answers here. So and it will generate a schema on the right side. You just need to copy this and paste it. So similarly, so nowadays you no need to do manually also. Okay, most of the times you just go to the Claude, and ask it to generate a schema, it may ask few details, so you can just give their details and it will automatically do. Okay. And yeah, so and similarly in the WordPress, suppose in the WordPress by default there is a something called schema tab. Okay, so this is a schema tab. If you have a this CMS and all, see this is all the schema by default which is there. Suppose if you have a web page or if you have a blog, suppose generally blog also comes under web page only, so a web page you can select. If you have a FAQ page, you can select FAQ. So by default it will generate some schema. Okay, you never need to put a code in the WordPress. But suppose sometimes by default it will not give everything in detail. It's like how you need, it may not generate exactly how you need. So then you need to go to the అమ్మ అలా నెట్ దివ్వు. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Vijay.
Am I audible?
Yeah, now you are audible.
Okay, fine. Just a second. I think it is trying to connect. Is my screen visible? Okay. So what I'm saying is this is how you can set up a schema by default. But if you want like a custom schema, okay, you want to give more details, you want to customize the schema, then you need to put through code. Okay, you need to edit the code, because this is all by default. Whatever here it shows, it will automatically generate, and it is a by default. Is this clear? Any questions?
Yeah, Vijay, like that means in this schema, the options which we have, we can only go through that options. If you want more, we need to go through code, right?
Exactly, right.
Oh,
So
fine.
see, this many, ideally by this many options you can do. So
Yeah, yeah.
obviously the more details you do, the better it will be. Okay, because it's like as I told you at starting, I just digital marketing is all about real estate. Rather than
Yes.
physical real estate, you are trying to create a real estate online. So the more real estate you can occupy on the web pages, the more people see, the more people you will get results. Okay,
Yes.
so that
Yes.
is the reason, always try to give as much as possible if you can, then. And also sometimes make sure that all the mandatory things, or whenever there is a issue is there, so it will be very difficult. Means schema, sometimes there will be a schema issues also comes. Okay, let's say there is some wrong code or something is missing on the code, so you should avoid those kind of mistakes. It will be problematic. So how can you test when the schema is right or wrong? So you can just search schema markup validator. So schema markup validator or schema testing store. So suppose here you can do the your web page, or you can do the schema also. So whatever the code which you are generating, that code you can paste here and click on the run test, so that it will tell if there is any error, it will tell that there is an error. Okay, or else suppose right now let's say we have seen Infosys, right? Let's see whether Infosys what is the schema Infosys has kept. So it is saying URL was not found. I think they are not allowing us to troll. Maybe try to give some another one. Maybe
like another website. No.
yeah. So let's try to give some another website. Which website we can do? Mm, any website we can do basically.
Like normal, I love PDF.
Maybe best hospital in Hyderabad. Something we search, and let's try to do any hospital website. So are you able to see right now?
Yes, Vijay.
So you can see right now they
Yeah,
have
zero errors.
they have the organization schema, they have the breadcrumb schema, they have the website schema, hospital schema. So this many
So,
schemas they have kept in the home page.
yeah.
So if you click on see right now all are showing zero errors, okay, and zero warnings. So but if your code is some mistake is there, then it will show warnings or errors. So always try to make sure that there are no errors or no warnings. Okay, so if you click on any schema, you can see, like this you can put any competitor website here and you can see completely what are the details they have given, and based on that you can also give your details, you know understand? Clear?
Yes, Vijay.
Yes. So that is a structured markup and page URLs. So and also there is something called I think Schema Validator is also good one, and there is a Google also launched a new tool called Schema Markup Testing tool. So this is also same. Okay, this is also will do the same thing. So you can just check put any website URL and it will try to display. Okay. So this is I think newly launched. So I'll just remove, and after that you can see the page URL. So whatever the URL it is there, it should be optimized. So you should not have what we call as a underscores. Okay, there should not be any underscores in the URLs, or there should not be any random symbols in the URLs. Only there is a hyphen should be there word. So suppose see if this is a URL, okay, let's say if I go to the, so URL should be clean, URL should be clean, and URL should be optimized, and URL should contain of your keyword. So that's it. If you do pay, if the URL is not proper, if the URL is not optimized, then again it's a problem. Okay, and similarly internal linking I told you right in the past. So from one page to another page, suppose let's say these are all the internal links. Suppose if I click on any of the page, it is going to the cardiology. So from home page to cardiology they have given some internal link. Similarly similarly from cardiology, uh, so they have given different daughters. Suppose if I click on any daughter name, they have the daughter page. So they have given the internal link. Understand what is a and in between the content also there will be internal links generally. Okay, suppose if we go to their blogs, now this is our blog. I don't know, they have not given any internal link, only from blog to their page. Maybe let's see another blog, but their blog is not updated. Only you can see last published is 2022, so it's almost many years they are not.
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and they have no internal links also for the blog. So see, although this website is coming on the top, so means their service pages they have optimized well, but blogs and all they are not publishing. That's fine. Okay, So like that. Okay, internal intent is also one of the important factor. And HTML elements means like we can call it as mainly headings and content, how the you know a different code. Basically, it's like mostly what are the headings, how the paragraph. These are all different HTML elements. Okay, on the back end. Okay, so we just need to make sure that clean code is clean. If you are using the CMS, and most of them is this is especially for the coded website. Okay, if you are using the coded website, then you will need to take care of all of the code manually. But right now we are using WordPress, that is fine. And mobile responsiveness. Your website should be, see, on page and technical also have right now. I have taken the on page image. Right now some of the times on page and technical they combined only. Okay, sometimes they will not taught differently. Like some of the times on page they'll use separately, technical they will use separately. Sometimes on, because both are will do on the website only, right? Off page means we will do on third party websites. So whereas on page is a slightly, anyone can do on page. Off technical especially developers can able to better, because it's slightly technical. If you are an expert you can also do, that's not a problem. But that is the difference. Mobile responsiveness, earlier there is see, mobile responsive means our website should be optimized for a mobile. So okay, suppose if somebody website opened our website, it should look good in mobile. How can you check? You can right click and click on inspect. So, and here there is a small icon called desktop or mobile. Okay, toggle device bar. So if I just click on it, now you can see how your website is appearing in mobile. So you can also check by opening in your mobile also. Okay, it's not a big deal. But just to show you, I'm just opening from here. You can just open any website on your mobile, how everything is there. Is the buttons are proper? Is the text is proper? Is, are you able to click in everything? Is there any issue? Is the something is not properly visible? Something is not able to click properly. So all of these things matter. So many times what happens is they will do a good website on the desktop, but if they see a mobile, their website is not proper on mobile. But now Google is more because most of the people now use the internet, they open in mobile, they don't do on desktop. Desktop is primarily for a B2B companies, because there will be different people, they companies, they work with the laptop and all, or desktop, they will open from there. But most of the times people open from mobile, and if your website is not a mobile optimized, then you will lose your customers. So that's the reason mobile responsiveness is very important. Okay, you just need to check manually how it is. And website speed. So website speed, there is a there are multiple tools. One is the Google PageSpeed Insights. Okay, Google PageSpeed Insights is where you give the any website URL. Suppose you can just give the web page URL here and click on analyze. So it will analyze and give us the both mobile and desktop. How our website is there. Technical means performance is nothing but you can think of a speed. How our website speed. Now you can see there is a core web vitals assessment failed. Core web vitals means how quickly your website is loading. There are some, maybe Infosys, right now Infosys website, they have the video. So suppose if I load it, if I load a website, if somebody opens a website, see, uh, there is some gap, we can able to see some white space after that a video is coming. Okay, so ideally website should open without any lag, okay, but there is a some, within a fraction of seconds. So that we call as a we can think of it like a core web vitals. Means if I go detailed it will be too technical, but I'm just giving overview. Okay, now you can see how the performance, their website performance is very bad especially in mobile. Right now you can see the score is out of 100. Okay, out of 100 they have a 38 score, so which is very poor. So why their see their website is how Google is loading their website. You can see, initially there is a white white screens. After that this video is appearing. Now you can see all, you can analyze all these parameters, how much time it is taking to load, what is the blocking time, how much speed index. These are all different parameters which we measure the speed. And where you can improve your speed. Okay, there is a render blocking resource, means loading is blocking, by these elements. So we can reduce these sizes so that speed will improve. Similarly, there is a cache. Okay, cache means basically how, suppose if a person opens multiple times, first time it will take more time. After that, it will because it will, there is something called cache which will be stored on your browser. So that is the reason whenever you open sometimes some website, first time they will take more time, because you don't have any cache stored. But once you open any website, this cache is stored on your browser so that they will open immediately. So there how much storage you can save, JavaScript, optimization, duplicated JavaScript. This is slightly technical. Okay, most of this is completely technical. So unless you are a good in technical, you may not understand many of them, because these are all from the code, on the back end code you need to work on. Because similarly you can click on desktop. Now desktop also you can see how things are there. Desktop score is 56. Okay, most of the websites generally desktop score will be greater, mobile will be lesser. So that is the reason your website should be optimized. So this is comes under site speed. And then there is a high quality page content. So this is important. Okay, uh, high quality page content means, so suppose whatever that you are writing, the content, let's say if there is any page, if I go now this page, whatever this page is talking about, it should have a good content, quality content. Means it should be uh, there is something called criteria called EAT. EAT. Now I think Google is considering the EEAT. So what is this EEAT? Let me copy this image. EAT means it is giving the eating images. So basically this is EAT criteria, which is experience, expertise, authoritativeness and trustworthiness. So whenever you publish any web page, it should consist of all of these factors. So experience means, does the creator have relevant life experience? Okay, suppose maybe let's say you are writing for some medical content. Okay, maybe you are writing for some cardiology. Okay, either you are writing a web page or a blog, whatever. So let's say you are writing a medical content. Now does whoever writing the content, they have relevant life experience with that topic or with that, so if you don't have the experience, then that's a problem. Similarly, expertise. experience is different, expertise is different. Okay, expertise I can gain in let's say a few weeks or few months, by learning the knowledge and skills. Okay, whereas experience, somebody getting the experience is different. They, maybe you should have worked in this industry for maybe few years, then only you'll get experience. Whereas expertise, you can learn from different courses or skills, and then you can write the content on the topic. And authoritativeness is the creator considered a go-to source in this niche. Means experience is different, authoritativeness is different. Let's say if you have some daughter, let's say take two different daughters. One is a local daughter and one is a someone who performed international, who studied or the performed international level surgeries. Okay, another person is who is doing the local person. Who do you think more authoritative? Yes.
Sorry, Vijay, can you repeat?
Somebody who studied in the, maybe they have studied in international institutes, as well as they have expertise in or experience in handling different types of patients. Whereas
Okay.
somebody some another doctor who is locally doing some practice. Okay, now who is the go-to person, like who is the right
First,
person? First
the
one.
international, first one.
Yeah, because they have the they handle the
Overall.
situations in different the perspective, and they handle, they have that experience of handling different types, and they have their education is also different. So obviously, who is more authoritative, you know means authoritative means who is the right
Right
person
to take
to, for
action.
yeah, for a particular, you know right to talk about, or right person to approach. Okay, and then the trustworthiness, how reliable, honest, and accurate is the content. Okay, maybe you may have experience, you may have expertise, and you are the authority, but trustworthiness is slightly different. How reliable, honest, and accurate is the content. So if although you have everything, but if your whatever the content you are writing is something not best practice, or not accurate, or not honest, then it's a waste, again. So Google, whatever the content which we write, whether you publish a blog, or whether it tries to understand from this perspective. What many people do is they'll just put some intern, and they will create a content. Okay, they'll just use ChatGPT and generate some content. So, but whatever the content you are putting on the website, it should cover all of this criteria, and Google algorithms will understand these things from a different signals. So if you don't have any of this in, suppose let's say two different competitors, one website, they have let's say two healthcare websites. One company, what they do, they keep some intern or some fresher, and they asked them to generate a content or create a content, and they created a content using ChatGPT, or they have written on their own, whatever you can consider. And another website, what they have done, they have recruited a expert, maybe somebody who has some 15 years or 20 years of experience, to write a content. So then automatically second one is where all of these factors will satisfy mostly. In the first maybe you may have the, let's say in the first scenario, for a fresher, maybe they can gain that expertise, and they may write honest or accurate content, but they don't have experience, or they don't have that authoritativeness. So unless you satisfy all of these things, your content may not perform well. Is this clear?
Yes, yes.
So this is very important. What many people think is they just uh, what we can say, they just think that I have written the content, I have created maybe 100 pages, but I am not getting any traffic, or I'm not ranking, or like that. They have a different problems. But these are all basics, okay? So doesn't matter how much advanced, whenever you learn in any subject, it doesn't matter how many advanced things which you learn. Ultimately what is important is your basics are strong or not. If your basics are only not strong, then what happens, even though how many else things you do, it may not work. Clear? So that is all about the on page factors.
Yes.
So whatever the content you are writing, whatever that internal linking or headings or subheadings, is your content contains the keywords? Did you optimize properly? Is it natural? Is it have expertise or experience? Write content in writing the content, or technically how your page is performing. So these are all important things. Okay, and if you don't take care of these things, obviously your page will not rank, or it will not improve. So this is what we call as optimization. Understand?
Yeah, Vijay.
So I think that is all about for today. Let's because if we for off page, we need to have a detailed discussion. I don't want to just start and stop, so I'll take that tomorrow.
Okay,
So as
Vijay.
of now, any questions or any doubts, anyone?
No, right now.
Done then. So yeah, just
Okay.
work on it and let me know. Lakshmi Durga, are you able to follow up? Do you have any questions?